Yo, what's up guys, you've been back with another YouTube video. Today I'm going to be showing you guys how to unlock Ultimate Sharen. I'm going to do a complete guide. I'm going to go over every single amorphous material, which one you should probably grind for, which one's the fastest, and which ones you should absolutely avoid, because they will just make you waste so much time. And then I'm going to be going over every single research material you guys need, telling you the locations and the spots that I would use to grind them. Yeah, so if you guys are interested, I'm going to have all the timestamps in the video, so you can just skip to whatever part you need, and hope you guys enjoy. Alright, now for the best location to get this enhanced cells, you guys want to come to Dune Base, and you want to come to Hagio's hard mode on Dune Base here, and you want to do this Void outpost, and you want to bring a Sharen because you do have to infiltrate this. So if you don't have a Sharen, then this one might not be for you, but it is, out of what I've tried so far, the fastest and the easiest one to do. So you want to go invisible really quick. Oops, I messed that up, but you want to go invisible before they detect you. You probably just hide up in a mountain. Let me let this cool down really quick. I would recommend coming into a private because sometimes there are bunnies that just do this for the normal amorphous material, because I think this gives another of the ultimate character. But I would recommend coming in private, bring a Sharen, just go invisible, infiltrate real quick. Now there are 4 of these, so you have to do. So if you don't have a fully built Sharen, you can do 2, hop behind a wall, hide. But if your Sharen's built for long skill, then you can just do all 4 at the same time, like that. And this boss is also fairly easy to kill. You have to be careful if you might get frozen like me if you're not paying attention too much. Loading. But this boss doesn't really have that much shield, but his health is pretty steep, so it might take a while to kill him. But if you just bring a Thunder Cage, it should be more than enough to take him down in around 30 seconds if you just focus your fire on him. And there you go. So this is the first way to get this emotional material. I don't think I got it this time. Well, I got the stabilizer, which is a little bit unlucky that I didn't get the material. But all you want to do is grind that. I would recommend stockpiling at least like 4 or 5 before you come over here. And all you have to do now is come to this void reactor, operate it, and only 3 mini bosses spawn in for this one. So I really like this amorphous material because these guys are really easy to kill. If you could bring a friend that's Haley or something, they could probably kill these guys even easier for you. But look, even with a Thunder Cage, this first guy dies really quick. Then you have 2 elite trackers, but I mean, they don't have that much health either. Get this guy down. And then there's another one that 2 of these guys spawn, which is a little bit annoying, but you can honestly get your friend, bring Haley, bring Freyna, and they go down really quick. Alright, let me get this last guy down. Alright, and then you kill him, and all you have to do is come to the thing that pops up, and you want to craft it. I don't have enough void shards, but with the new change they made, you can just come here, bring Blair, Lepic, grind that void fragment thing really quick. And yeah, that is the best way, I think the fastest and easiest way to grind for this enhanced cells for Ultimate Sharen. And I'll give you guys it's not a bad one, but the next option is pretty fast and it's also pretty easy too. Alright, now for the second way to get the enhanced cells blueprint, guys, or the amorphous material that has the enhanced cells blueprint, you want to come to the infiltration operations table here, go into hard mode, and you want to go to Vesper's Sepulture. Now I don't think this one is as good as the we can do a public because I have Sharen, but I don't think this one is as good or as fast as the reactor because it takes too long to matchmake, to like teleport and come back to Albion and all that. While with the Dune base, you can just stay there, wait for the cooldown finish, just keep repeating and stacking those amorphous materials. Even though you're guaranteed amorphous materials in hard infiltrations, you have to still fight the void boss and all that. So I just think it takes too long. But if you don't like playing Sharen, don't like infiltrating those reactors, then this is not a bad way to get these amorphous materials. To do this one, I wouldn't recommend it, but also don't think it's a bad idea. Another reason that I don't recommend doing hard mode of Sepulture is because you have to fight Devour to open the amorphous material. Now Devour is not hard. Obviously, if you're in late game and you have a built Descendant, you could probably do this guy in 40 minutes, 40 seconds, less than a minute. However, if you're new to the game, this guy can be a little toxic, so I would recommend just sticking to the void reactors and just doing that instead, because this guy, it can really be I don't know, something annoying for new players just because he recovers health and all that. And if you don't have a good gun or built Descendant, it's just not something I would recommend you try fighting and grinding for ultimate Sharen. Alright, now for the last option to get the Enhanced Cells Blueprint or the Moisture Material with an Enhanced Cell Blueprint for Ultimate Sharen is actually in normal mode, and I actually don't want to recommend you guys to do this one just because it's a Heart of the Fortress raid, and even though this is normal mode and you don't have to fight all these level 100 enemies, it still is a long infiltration because Heart of the Fortress, I don't know, it takes a long time. It has two or three sub bosses, and the final boss also makes you wait to kill him, so I really wouldn't recommend you fight or do this mission. I would recommend you just go to the void reactor, infiltrate with Sharen, and do that instead. But if you really wanted to, you could just come here, grind some, I don't know, just do it really easy. Just go in with a normal bunny. Even you could probably finish this, but I don't recommend it. It's not gonna be the fastest way. It is easier considerably because it is normal mode, but I think that's more just a trap that they made for you to waste your time on this. But yeah, I mean, it's not a horrible grind, but I just think it's, out of those three, it's the worst one. Now for the Sharen Stabilizer, guys, this one actually has one grind that is just way easier than the other two, and that is going to be doing the Void Fusion Reactor that they have in the Corrupted Zone of Hagios. So what you want to do is go to Hagios, go to the Corrupted Zone over here, and this has to be in hard mode. You're just going to teleport. And the reason I really think this one is the easiest and the best one to do is because you don't even need to infiltrate with Sharen. You could bring a Ultimate Bunny, Ultimate Freyna, you could bring Kyle, Ajax, anybody you want, and you could just run in, beat it, and you have a chance of getting the Moisture Material. So obviously, this is the one that I would recommend to almost everybody to do. All you gotta do is just spawn here, you run a little bit, it's that one in the distance over there. I'm just gonna bring Sharen because I'm too lazy to change my Descendant. And I mean, you might as well, right? This is the ultimate Sharen video. Gotta give Sharen some love. You don't really use her except for infiltrations, but as you can hear, there's reactors popping up. And the easy way for you guys to tell in the access info if you need to infiltrate or not is if it's an even number, then you don't even need to bring Sharen. If it's an even number of Moisture Material, just go with any Descendant. Go straight to the Void Fusion Reactor like this, and you can just do it right away. Now, if it's an odd number, then unfortunately you're gonna have to bring a Sharen and infiltrate, which sucks, but it's not too hard, especially with how close and how long you can get her invisibility skill to last now. So all you gotta do is just break them like this, and here we go. I would still, if you have a friend with Sharen or you have a built Sharen, you could probably just infiltrate this anyways. Try to get the shape stabilizers, which will help you when you're trying to craft. Alright. And there you go. See, it's a fairly simple way to do it. He dies quick. And I didn't get the reactor this time, but I just have to stay here, wait 30 seconds. I don't have to teleport anywhere. And I can just keep grinding and grinding. And then the way to open this is just in the same one. There's a void fusion reactor right across. You walk there, you kill the two bosses, and that one, only 2 elite bosses spawn. So you don't even have to kill 3. This one's only 2 elite bosses spawn. You kill them really quick, and then you get to craft already. Alright, now for the second best option to get this stabilizer blueprint, you actually want to come to this special operations table, and you're gonna go in the normal special operation, and you're gonna come to this defense Kingston defense Albion resource, and it is this 005 variant AC. Now this one is the second, even though it has a 50% drop rate and it's a higher drop rate. I only put it as number 2 just because of the fact that it's just so much RNG that goes into like what you're getting from these wave rewards that I don't personally think is worth it. But if you want to grind, this is really simple. You can just come here with any, I mean, even like not maxed out Descendant is fine, because the Vulgus that spawn here, they're not even high level anyway, so just a built gun can almost one-shot them. But the rewards, you only have a 25% chance to get it, and then you also have to do the 15%. So even though it's a little bit higher, I don't think it's worth it. And also, I don't know if you guys have ever did this Defend Albion resource. They just spawn so slow in this one. Like, I don't know what they thought when they made this, but the spawn rate is just not as fast as it should be, and it just wastes so much time. But yeah, I still, if you're new to the game and you don't want to do the hard content yet, you could just come here, go into public operation like it wants you to, and then you could probably just get carried, get some of these, and then just go fight the Gravewalker, and then it'll be fine. But yeah, these two are really simple. The next one I'm gonna show you, I really don't recommend you guys do, but I'll get there. Alright, for the third option for the stabilizers, I actually do not recommend new players or even like mid-game players to even try to do this one, just because this is another infiltration operation mission. So you're gonna want to go to hard mode, you're gonna go to Echo Swamp, and you want to do the chapel for this one. But the reason I don't recommend you actually try to grind this if you're an early game player is because of the fact that it's linked to Pyromaniac. Now I know Pyromaniac is a starting boss that's one of the first few in the hard bosses. However, if you're starting, you probably don't want to try to solo this guy. It's going to take too long, and even if you go in a public operation, you're going to be relying on RNG for good teammates, because there's a chance you get in and you're all new game players. It's going to take too long to kill this guy. So I just recommend doing the other two options that you can to grind him. But if you do want to do this one just because you're grinding some of the Ultimate Transcendent mods that drop from Pyromaniac, then you just want to come to this infiltration operations table, go into hard mode, and just do the chapel at Echo Swamp. Alright, now for the Spiral Catalyst, guys, this is another instance where I think there's a clear winner here for which one of the three options you should grind for, and that is the one where you have to come to Agna Desert Mirage Stone. You're going to want to bring Sharen for this. You want to infiltrate this strategic outpost in the top left corner, and this is a 10% drop rate, guys. The Ultimate Sharen mods, they don't have the best drop rates, so it might take a while. You might have to do these, so that's why I think it's very important that you optimize the way that you grind for these blueprints and what you're doing to grind for them, because even if you do one of the fast ones, it can still take you 20 to 30 amorphous materials just to get the blueprint before you even start crafting it. What you're going to do is you're going to come here, go invisible, infiltrate. There is only 3 devices you have to destroy, which is very nice in this one. It's really pretty simple to build to do 3. If it was 4 and you're not fully built, then I can see people struggling a lot to get all 4 in one run. And this guy is only an elite also, so he dies fairly quick. Just 2 magazines from my Thunder Cage. He's already dead. And as you see, I got both of them this time, which is very lucky. But this one, you just want to come, after you get the amorphous material, you're going to walk all the way back down. It's not too far. Even if you don't grapple and you just walk straight, it should only take you about 30 seconds. Now you could just teleport to one of the bases. Teleport back here to the base, but I think just walking is around the same speed if you don't want to traverse the menu like that. And there will be a fusion reactor all the way down here where you have to fight. It's a fairly annoying boss, but it's not too hard to fight him. All you have to do is just dodge his attacks, and he shouldn't be too crazy. Alright, let me see. Yep, it's just this guy. He can get fairly annoying if he hits you when you're up close, but you stay back a little bit and then you can kill him pretty easily. Now my Sharen is not built with anything. All I have is HP mods on her, so just bring a good gun and dodge like what I'm doing, and you should have no problem killing this guy. Alright, and that's basically what you want to do for the fastest option for the Spiral Catalyst. But if you still don't want to grind this one just because you don't like doing infiltrations, I'll show you what the next 2 options are. Now for the second best way to get the Spiral Catalyst blueprint, guys, you're going to want to come to this operation terminal again. You want to go to normal mode, and you want to go to Slumber Valley in Kingston. I think it's this one. And now you guys might think this is a little bit of a weird choice because this is only a 6% drop rate. However, this is still better than the third option, even if third option has a 10% drop rate, just due to the fact of what the boss that is linked to the third option's amorphous material is. Now this one might take you a while, and you're only guaranteed to get 1 through each run. But if you're new to the game and you don't want to do hard contact again, you can just come here, beat this with almost any Descendant that you have, any gun that's built, and it's fairly simple. And all you really want to do when you have the amorphous material is fight the Gravewalker right here, level 8. Fairly simple. Again, any built Descendant should be able to last here. You can just go public, and I feel like anyone would carry you through this. But yeah, that's the second option for you guys. Now for the third option for the Spiral Catalyst, guys, this is probably the amorphous material that I don't recommend to anybody to grind, like even late game players, just due to the fact that it's linked to Molten Fortress in the hard boss fight. Now, for some players, most Fortress is breeze, but if you're going to public intercepts and you're not in a 4-stack with your friends, this is such a it's so bad to fight this guy because the mechanic you have to lower his rage is so annoying. Some people just don't understand it yet, so you have to teach them mid-game. So I just don't recommend this at all. Now, if you are curious what Morph Material this is from the hard infiltration of Quarantine Zone in Fortress. This Quarantine Zone is actually not too hard to beat. The final boss can be a little bit annoying, but it's a fairly fun infiltration. It's just the fact that it's linked to Molten Fortress is such a letdown, and that's the only reason why I would not recommend this to anybody. Alright, now when you get to grinding the code for Ultimate Sharing, guys, the best way I would recommend for you guys to grind her is through this 6% drop rate that she has in this amorphous material, where you have to come to White Knight Gulch, the shipment base. I would recommend just teleporting to this hatchery zone or one of those mobile transporters, whatever you call it, and you just have to walk straight. You do want to pay a little bit of attention. If you're just walking, you might fall off the map. Nothing crazy. Now you're gonna want to bring Sharen for this. You have to infiltrate again, but it's really simple. It's only 3. Oh no, it's 4. Oops, sorry guys, it is 4, but they are fairly close to each other, so you might not even need to have fully built skill time to do all 4. Last thing I did all 4. I still have a little bit of invisibility left, and this guy dies very quick. If you use your first skill with Sharen when you're invisible, you can probably do half his damage or one-shot him if you have her built correctly. But yeah, this one's really easy to do. Actually, I didn't get it this time. Might just be a skill issue. But yeah, I would definitely recommend this one. And to open the moisture material that you guys get from the fusion reactor, guys, you want to come to the observatory in White Knight Gulch. I would just teleport to this one. You probably teleport to the, if you have this unlocked, teleport here instead. It's way closer. You just want to walk. It's a fairly simple boss, I would say. I mean, they did nerf all of these, so I don't think anyone should have a problem unless you're not really deep into the hard mode content and have your Descendants built yet. Then you might have struggled a little bit, but if you have a single Descendant built, I would recommend just bringing your best ultimate or your best no more Descendant, and this guy should be a fairly simple breeze. He is one of those I don't know what they call him, like a ninja or like a samurai character. He has a lot of swords, I'm pretty sure. I could be thinking of the wrong boss, but yeah, it's one of these guys. Their health does drop pretty quick, and she does freeze you, so you want to be a little bit careful about that. But if you're paying attention to the game, you just dodge a little bit. You can just bring any built gun, and you should be able to breeze through her HP. Okay, now you do have to keep in mind not to get frozen by her, because she can, if you don't have high defense or high HP, she can probably kill you when you're in your frozen status. Alright, let me just take these last immunity mobs really quick. Oh, like as you see there, I wasn't paying attention. I got destroyed basically. Now this is a skill issue on my part. If you're good at the game, or if you're like okay at the game, I don't think you'll be facing that problem very much. Let's see. It's just a skill issue, okay? This fight is not too hard. Don't let my bad gameplay make you guys think that this is a hard fight. But all you want to do is kill her, and then when things pops up, you just want to craft what you have. I don't have the moisture material, so I can't show you guys me crafting it, but this is where you come to craft it, and yeah. Alright guys, for the second option of getting the code for Ultimate Sharen, you're going to want to come to this infiltration operation table again, and what you want to do is hard mode. You're going to go to Old Mystery in Hagios. And the reason this is the second option and not the third is because the third option has a really abysmal drop rate, and this Old Mystery is not too annoying to do. It can get a little long if you're doing in public operations, I'm not going to lie, but it's not too bad. You get that. Now what makes this the second option and not the first is the fact that you have to fight Frostwalker to open this amorphous material. Now I know that Frostwalker did get nerfed. It's not too difficult to beat him now. You can probably just go in, and some people in public intercepts will just carry you through this quite fine. If you have a built Lepic, you could probably beat this solo quite fine. I just don't recommend this for new players at all, because the mechanic can be a little bit annoying to figure out, or if you don't have teammates that are like communicating, it can get really frustrating to beat. But yeah, that is the second option. Alright, for the third option of the code, you guys want to come back to this infiltration terminal. You want to go to the normal mode of the infiltration and go to Sepulture in Vespers. Now the reason that this is the third option, and it's probably, it might be the worst amorphous material to grind for the code just because of the 3% drop rate. Like, it might be really easy to beat the boss to go through this infiltration, but when you're grinding for this, you have to get insanely lucky to get this 3% drop rate that I just don't think it's worth grinding this like 10, 15 times to test your luck. Now, if you're someone that's really lucky and you win the lottery every day, then I would definitely recommend you do this. But if you're a normal person like me and you don't like win any lottery tickets that you buy, then I would just stay away from this and not even look at it. Now for the Monad chart, guys, if you guys still need a little bit more of these for the to start the research, you want to come to Kingston. I would recommend coming in hard mode just because in hard mode the materials that drop from the boxes and the ammunition boxes, they do drop more. So if you come into hard mode, even though it might be a pain to just fight like all the level 100 mobs that spawn randomly, you do get more for all the boxes you open. If you go to easy mode, you're not gonna get as much. I don't think it's half as much, but you do get considerably less. And there is, if you want to come to the grand square, if you come to the left over here, there is some fairly close spawns for where you can just get some of these, and you can just use your Eceive to scan for them. Now I usually just come over here. There's one over here, and you can just stay around this spot, and as you can see, I got the Monad charts. Now there is another research material that can drop instead of the Monad chart, so if you guys see that you got something else, you don't have to worry. You just have to keep opening and just hope that it gives you the Monad charts instead, because it's not just the Monad charts that are in these boxes. Alright, now for all these research material, guys, I would recommend you do collect these in hard mode. Just like what I said, they do give you more. But for silicon, all you want to come do is come to Echo Swamp. I would recommend just come to Derelict Covert, because right when you spawn in at the outpost, there should be a little container up here that you could open. Now this should give you silicon, but there's a chance it gives you something else instead. But actually, I got silicon here. All you want to do, you can just keep coming back here and just opening this. It does respawn after a little bit, or you can just go do this outpost really quick, and then after you finish doing that, this should have respawned. If it hasn't respawned yet, you don't have to worry, because you can just go around the map. There's a lot in Echo Swamps, like this one over here that you can walk to. It's not too far, and you can just cycle back between these two and get all of the silicone that you really need. Alright, let me see that. And there you go, silicone. Alright, for the Monomolecular Extractor, you guys want to come to Agna Desert. I would really recommend you come to Vermilion Waste in hard mode. And if you just go in this direction, really, there's going to be a little cave that has usually around 3 to 4 containers that you could open. And this is a really quick way to just farm for these materials. If you come to this little cave over here, there's always, usually around 4. Sometimes they don't spawn in, but you can just wait for them to respawn. And you can just come here. It's a really quick cave you can get to, and it gives you so much instead of having to run around the whole map searching for them. I see I got nanopolymers in one of them. You just have to hope that you're lucky and it gives you what you want. And nanopolymers again, I did get 1. Let's see if I can get 2 out of 4 at least. Okay, so I did get only 1 out of 4. That gives me the Monomolecular Extractor. But I would definitely recommend you come to this spot instead of just Agna Desert, because it saves you a little bit of time having them so close to each other. Alright, now for healing, guys, you're going to want to come to a Fortress, to the converter facility. It's the top right part of Fortress right here. And you're just going to spawn in the main outpost. You run forward a little bit, and there's a lot of containers and boxes you can open up just right when you leave the cave. There's a munition box here. There's another munition box in the distance, as you see. And then there's some of these boxes that you can just shoot open to help you get some stuff. And I would recommend just coming to converter facility, because you just walk here and it's super close to you. And as you can see, we got a good amount of Hellion right there. Alright, for the metal accelerant, guys, you're going to want to come to Sterile Land. I would recommend spawning in the classified area. And that's because there is this one part in classified area that contains around like 5-6 of the resource boxes, or the ammunition boxes, that you can just open. So I would spawn up here, and I would just run all the way down into this bottom right corner of classified area. And as you're going, you should be able to find some ammunition boxes. But I like to take this route. As you go through a couple buildings, there's a good amount of these ammunition boxes that you can open, and then you can also shoot these resource boxes. As you see, there's a chance you only you get super fluid. It's just based on luck, really, because it's in the loot pool. So if you're unlucky, you might open a lot of these and not get any of the metal accelerants. So you see a lot of super fluids, but you take this route right here, there's a lot of boxes. As you see there, I got metal accelerant. This room does not have any, but in this hallway there should be one or two more. Here we go. And I like taking this route just because of the fact that there's so many, and you just have to keep running straight or just follow the route basically. You don't have to keep doubling back. And then there's one over here, and then there's one behind that little wall you guys see over there. See, super fluid. So tragic, man. I never get metal accelerant when I'm actually grinding for it. Let's see, metal accelerant, please. There we go. Alright, now for the Hardener, guys, you're going to want to come to Vespers. Now, I don't really have a good location where a lot of these resource boxes and ammunition spawn close together, but I would recommend just coming to Moonlight Lake in Vespers, as there's a area here where it's just a lot of boxes. It's not as much as some of the other places I've showed you guys, but you see there's one right here. You just come open, and there's a chance you don't get Hardener like always, so you just have to like there I got something permanent plasma, so it's not the best, right? You just have to get lucky with this. And I recommend coming this here. There's there should be a couple more that you could open. Oh, and actually I walked past them, but there's some by the spawn. Don't miss those like I did. And there's one box you should open here. Again, another semi-permanent. You just have to stay diligent and keep going. Like, don't give up. Don't think you're in the wrong spot, because you guys are. It's just a loophole thing. There you go. See, I got some Hardener there, and then if I open this one, hopefully I get some more. And see, I got some more. Alright, now to build Ultimate Sharen, they did introduce a new research material that you have to collect called the Heavy Ion Collector. Now, it's fairly simple how you have to collect these. You have 4 sources actually. You have to go to this infiltration operations table. You can pick between normal and hard. And what you want to do is come to White Knight Gulch and either do Mysteries End or do Biolab. Personally, I would recommend you to do Biolab just because there's more elites that spawn in, and even though it's a complete, there's a chance you can get some from the elite bosses. Now, I do recommend Biolab, even though like Eugen and his comrades, their voice lines might be a little bit annoying because you hear them so much. The boss at the end of Biolab, I find, and like through experiences that, I don't know, maybe it's just me, but I find the boss at the end of Biolab considerably easier to beat than the boss at Mystery's End. And this is especially true for hard mode, just because I don't know what they were thinking, but I feel like every time I go to Mystery's End in a public operation, it takes me forever to kill Agrona in Mystery's End. But in Biolab, the boss at the end, he seems a little bit easier and faster to kill, especially if you have a Haley on your team. She can blast right through him. But yeah, that's just what I think you should do. And obviously, this is personally up to your, like, what you guys are grinding. If you're grinding something that is in Biolab, then of course you're gonna also come to Biolab to get the Heavy Ion Collector, right? But if you have something that you want to grind in Mystery's End, then I believe that you have to make this decision for yourself. It will save you some time depending on which one you pick, but it's also not something that you have to worry about too much, because if you're grinding other stuff at the same time, then like you might take longer to build Ultimate Sharen, but you're stockpiling up resources that help you, you know, just get better stuff in the game. So I think you have to make this decision yourself. I would recommend Biolab just because of the boss fight at the end is easier, but if you have a way to beat Mystery's End faster, then that's really up to you. But yeah, that's basically what my thoughts on how to get the Heavy Ion Collector. I know it's not a simple answer, and maybe you got this what you guys were looking for, so I do apologize for that, but that's basically it. Alright, so that is my guide for how to get Ultimate Sharen. And if you guys have any comments or any critiques on this video, please let me know in the comments below. I'm always grateful for anything you guys have to say about my video. What do you guys think I could do to make the videos better? You don't have to worry about being harsh. I can take it. I will gladly take critiques. I want to make these YouTube videos better for you guys. I do apologize if you guys find the videos a little bit unprofessional or like not as good. I am new to content creation, so I try to keep these videos like visually and auditorily pleasing and not trying to make them too long. So if I do talk fast, I do realize that's the thing I have. I talk really quick, but I don't want to drag you guys on for too long. But yeah, thank you guys for watching, and if this guide helped you out in any ways, I would greatly appreciate it if you hit that like button or consider subscribing. I'm trying to hit 250 subs to maybe apply for a creator code. I mean, I know some people might not even use it if I have a code, but I just pass out to some friends, you know what I mean? But yeah, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace.